In some states of Germany, the strongest storm and hail hit on May 20th. Despite the fact that in Germany the air temperature was above the norm of the season, in some states, in particular in the province of North Rhine-Westphalia, due to hail and thunderstorms and torrential rain, schools were prematurely sent on vacation. According to a statement from the German Meteorological Service, hail and storm are expected to increase in intensity in some parts of the country by evening. Interior Minister Herbert Rühl urged the public to be especially careful in the face of storm warnings and said, "Please stay at home. Avoid spending time outdoors. Especially stay away from buildings, trees, poles and high-voltage lines. Don't stay in basements or on lower floors." While hail 10 centimeters thick is accumulating in some areas, when in other areas today the storm reached a speed of 130 kilometers per hour. In a statement, the police said that 2 paratroopers of French nationality took off from Ballenstedt-Asmestedt Airport on a paraglider and died as a result of an accident under strong winds. Residents of the province of Saskatchewan in south-central Canada witnessed their first tornado of the year. As a farmer was sowing a field, the tornado landed a few miles away. After the powerful element gained momentum. One footage shows the tornado moving directly toward residential buildings and farms. Environment Canada warned locals to be prepared for severe weather. Quote, "This is a potentially life-threatening situation." Witnesses also commented that a powerful tornado plowed into farm. The strongest storm hits Europe. These are the pictures Belgians are now sharing on social media. The torrential rain came down like a bucket of rain with the strongest gusts of wind. Imagine those who find themselves on the street at this time. And all of this is happening, as you can see, with incredible gusts of wind. Visibility has dropped to zero. In Brussels, because of the strongest streams of water, storm drains and sewers could not cope. A storm warning was announced in 3 provinces, Nord-Brabant, Gelderland and Limburg. Weather forecasters had earlier warned about thunderstorms with rain and hail, and also about strong winds with gusts up to 100 kilometers. On the Netherlands was struck by a terrible hurricane wind gusts up to 140 kilometers per hour, according to the press service of the Royal Meteorological Institute. The video shows the wind blowing sand through the streets, resembling a snowstorm reminiscent of a cold winter. A rare Category EF1 tornado with a maximum wind speed of 145 km per hour passed between 2 towns in New Hampshire, USA. According to meteorologists, the width of the tornado reached more than 300 meters, the vortex traveled about 8 kilometers in about 6 minutes. The storm moved from the North Charlestown town of 4,000 people to the neighboring town of Claremont between 6:22 p.m. and 6:28 p.m. Several homes sustained minor damage and about 1,000 trees were also fallen. Heavy rains drove 500,000 people out of their homes in India. As the rains rained in the northeastern Indian state of Assam, more than 500,000 people were forced out of their houses. At least 7 people were killed. The overflowed Brahmaputra River flooded more than 2,000 villages in the last 3 days. Flooding situation becomes critical by the hour. More than 2,000 people have been rescued by Indian Army soldiers in the Kojai area, the state health minister said. In Dima Haseo district, rail and road connections are disrupted due to floods and landslides. The water level in the Brahmaputra is expected to rise further. 6 people were injured in a fire at a factory in the United States. A factory of more than 2,000 square meters caught fire in Wisconsin, USA. 6 people were injured. According to preliminary data, the fire was preceded by an explosion. At this moment, there were more than 20 people in the premises. All of them were evacuated. A series of explosions occurred because of the fuel stored in the hangar, which lasted for half an hour. About 100 firefighters were involved in extinguishing the fire. Causes are being investigated. Staff and children from a nearby school were also evacuated. There was significant structural collapse before firefighters arrived. A magnitude 7 earthquake struck off Macquarie Island, 1,600 kilometers southeast of Tasmania. The Bureau of Meteorology reported an earthquake near Macquarie Island in the South Pacific at 8:49 p.m. Thursday. No tsunami warning has been issued for Australia. Macquarie Island is located 1,600 kilometers southeast of Tasmania, about halfway between New Zealand and Antarctica. It became a Tasmanian state reserve in 1978 and was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1997. An earthquake of magnitude 6 occurred off the coast of the Pacific state of Tonga, reports the USA Geological Survey. The epicenter of the earthquake was located 37 kilometers to the south from the town of Hahifo. The source of seismic event was located at the depth of 113 kilometers. The Earth crust vibrations have been fixed on May 20 at 9:23 Greenwich Mean Time. There was no information about victims and destructions. The rate of tropical forest loss in northern Australia has doubled over the past 35 years, according to researchers from James Cook University. In a major international study conducted in the north of the Australian continent since 1985, scientists have found that tropical trees in the continent's forests are disappearing faster due to the negative effects of global climate change. Experts say that not only tropical trees in the northern Australian forests are dying out because of global warming, this phenomenon has a negative impact on the diversity of species in all regions of the continent. But it is the rapid disappearance of forests as particularly alarming because of their ability to absorb carbon dioxide and stabilize the temperature of the planet. Researchers noted that once dead, forest trees no longer absorb carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, and as their trunks decay, they themselves begin to emit CO2, becoming an additional source of greenhouse gases. The loss of biomass in Australia's rainforests over the past 35 years has not been compensated for by the planting of new trees, significantly reducing their ecological and climatic potential.